Hello people, in this video let's read on Sergei Yesenin. He was a Russian poet of silver century, one of the most famous poets of 20th century. He died uh, on December 28th in 1925 at the Angleterre Hotel in Saint Petersburg. At the moment he was 30 years old. And of course I will drop more info for you about him because many people outside Eastern Europe may not know the name Sergei Yesenin, but he was one of the most famous poets of early 20th century Russia. Sergei Yesenin became a cultural icon whose emotional poetry captured the spirits of a changing country. In 1925, he was found dead in the hotel room at the Angleterre Hotel in St. Petersburg. The official explanation was suicide by hanging, but many people doubt this theory because Sergei Yesenin, he was quite short. His height was 1 meter 70 plus centimeters. Unfortunately, I don't know how much this is in American measurement system, but so yeah, he was pretty much short. And for your understanding, in that Angleterre hotel room, there was very high ceilings, so it was physically impossible for him to get there. So there was a truly high ceilings, and yes, so for the decades, many people have believed that Yesenin uh, may have been killed and his death staged to look like a suicide. So in this third investigation, let's explore what may have truly happened during the final hours of Sergei Yesenin. So let's have a look what truly happened there that night. It already gives information about other people's presence. Definitely someone was there. Okay, but let's see what the spread will shows. So what I see here is that the final hours of Sergei Yesenin seems surrounded by a strange mixture of emotion and confusion. There is a strong impression of sensitivity and openness, as if he was moving through a deeply emotional state rather than a cold or determined, determined mindset. His thoughts appear scattered, filled with memories and reflections, as though he was standing between hope and despair. The atmosphere does not feel empty or silent. Instead, there is a sense of sudden disruption, an event or encounter that broke the natural course of the evening and the silence. Because at the moment he was alone there, and something appears to have shifted quickly, bringing intensity into a situation that may have begun at the beginning quietly, peacefully. The presence of established authority or rigid structure can be also felt in the background, suggesting that official forces or um, institutional environment may have shaped the final outcome in the way that were not fully visible. There are also signs of physical strength and resistance, suggesting like a fight situation that if the end came violently, it may not have happened without struggle. The energy does not feel passive or resigned. Instead, there is a movement and tension, as if events unfolded through um, interaction rather than isolation. At the same time, the inner state does show a restless and impulsive nature. There is a sense of creative intensity mixed with guarded emotions, suggesting someone who carried strong feelings but did not easily reveal them. This creates the impression of a person who was vulnerable yet still holding on to control the situation. Um, um, the presence of hidden influences appears repeatedly. There are indications that certain events or visits may not have been openly acknowledged. The energy suggests that other could have been nearby or involved shortly before the final moment, even if their roles were never recorded. Um, Speaking about motives, political motives do not appear as a dominant force. Instead, if larger system played a role, it may have been indirect, shaped by circumstances and pressures rather than deliberate elimination. The atmosphere suggests change and transformation rather than planted operation. Um, so yeah, the coordinations surrounding his death seems to come from incomplete understanding rather than deliberate deception. Uh, the story itself appears to have been simplified over time, leaving unanswered questions that continues to echo through the history. The final poem carries the feeling of authority which he wrote, because he sat there and wrote a poem like a final message which was not his, because I don't feel regarding the energy that he wrote it that last kind of suicide note with the blood, like it was stated in those visual sources. But instead, the energy suggests clarity and expression rather than um, imitation. It feels connected to his true voice and emotional state rather than something um, imposed by others. The final trigger appears tied to a clash of forces, internal conflict meeting external reality. The moment feels overwhelming, as if pressure accumulated until something irreversible occurred. This does not appear as a slow decision, but as a breaking point. Ultimately, the ending seems shaped by a fragile balance between personal turmoil and outside circumstances. It does not feel like a carefully staged act, yet it also does not feel entirely solitary. Um, so his departure appears as a crossing, a quiet, a movement away from a world that had become too heavy to carry. And that pretty much that's it. So guys, thank you so much for listening, for watching. Please hit likes, comment, subscribe, share, and see you guys very soon in the next investigation videos.